Today, I'll be sharing with you my newly perfected fluffy vegan pancake recipe, as well as a whole bunch of other cool pancake variations. Mostly sweet, but there are also a few savory ideas in this. Don't forget to tag me in any of your recreation photos or videos over on Instagram. Also, a quick shout out goes to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Cool, okay, so to kick things off, here's my go-to recipe when it comes to making pancakes. The measurements have been slightly adjusted, but the method is still the same. First, combine all the wet ingredients in a large mixing bowl. Allow this to sit for about 5 minutes. In the meantime, you grab a small mixing bowl and combine all the dry ingredients in there. Then you add the dry to the wet and quickly mix until you have this thick yet airy batter going on. Bring a non-stick skillet with a bit of oil to medium heat. I like to use an ice cream scoop here to transfer the batter easily to the skillet. It's about 1 heaping tablespoon of batter per pancake. Ignore the griminess of this pan. I can't seem to get it cleaner than this. If you have some tips, leave it in the comments. Give these about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. Now, to add some spice to this recipe, figuratively speaking, I thought it would be fun to serve these with a donut glaze to make donut glazed pancakes. Grab a small saucepan and add some vegan butter to it. Let it melt completely, then take it off the heat and vigorously mix in the powdered sugar and the non-dairy milk. Now you could drizzle this on top like so, or you dip the pancakes individually into the glaze so they end up resembling actual donuts a bit more. Okay, let's move on to something with a bit of a higher nutritional value. These are oatmeal protein pancakes. First, place all the dry ingredients inside a food processor. That's oats, vanilla protein powder, cornstarch, salt, and baking powder. Blend until smooth. Next, mash a small to medium-sized banana, and then measure out the amount of banana that you need using a tablespoon. Also add some vinegar and non-dairy milk. Blend once more until you're left with this thick oat batter. Bring that to medium heat and give the pancakes about 3 minutes on either side. Feel free to place a lid over them so they kind of steam through simultaneously. I just find that it helps them cook through quicker. Serve these up with whatever you like, of course. I went for some banana, blueberries, a little coffee, some vegan butter, and maple syrup. Highly recommend. One of you over on Instagram brought these here to my attention. Bánh xèo. They're Vietnamese. The name bánh xèo comes from the sizzling that the pancakes make when you cook them. In a large mixing bowl, place all the dry ingredients first. Regular rice flour, tapioca starch, turmeric powder, salt, and a little bit of sugar. Mix it up. Then mix in some water and some milk. I'm using oat milk here because I forgot to get coconut milk from the store. Set the batter aside to sit for about 15 to 30 minutes. In the meantime, grab the vegetables that you want to use in your filling and chop them up. I went for spring onions, mushrooms, and bell pepper. Oh, also some garlic. I added the bell pepper and the mushrooms first, letting them saute for about 8 minutes, using the tiniest of skillets that I could have gone for. Then I mixed in the garlic, the spring onion, and some sesame seeds, giving that another 3 minutes maybe. Set the filling aside, reheat to medium, and add about 1/3 cup of batter per pancake. I did a bit less than 1/3 cup because again, my pan here is tiny. So yeah, the amount of batter that you need may vary depending on the size of your skillet, but just play around with it. Let the batter seize up over medium for 1 to 2 minutes, and then add a few tablespoons of the filling to one side. Flip over half, maybe not using your fingers, and then let the pancake cook for another 1 to 2 minutes, pressing down onto the cake carefully. And serve however you want. I added some fresh cilantro here, still very much in my cilantro phase. I also added some lime juice, some sriracha, roasted sesame seeds. Love, love, love these. Someone I follow on Instagram posted a story recently about Baghrir, Arabic pancakes made with yeast. They're so delicious and a lot easier to make than I first thought. In a high-speed blender, place some hot water, followed by some cold water. Mix in some sugar. Check the temperature of the water. It should be lukewarm to the touch. Sprinkle over some dry active yeast and allow this to sit for about 5 minutes. In the meantime, mix together the dry ingredients. This is some semolina, to which I'm going to add some all-purpose flour, salt, and baking powder. Dump that mix into the blender. Let everything blend for a good 30 seconds to a minute to activate the yeast even more. Now I didn't do this right away, but it makes sense to now transfer the batter to a large mixing bowl. This makes it easier to quickly hand mix the batter before cooking. Let the batter rest for 5 to 10 minutes. To a lightly greased non-stick skillet over medium, add about a ladle of batter per pancake. Instead of swirling the pan around, you're just going to let the pancake shape itself, cook until little holes appear at the top. That takes about 2 to 3 minutes. You don't need to flip them, just serve them right away. I added some hot syrup on top of these, consisting of butter and maple syrup. They're kind of like thin crumpets in a way. This filling here was similar to the previous recipe. So yummy. On to this last recipe. These ginormous fluffy vegan pancakes take inspiration from different traditional Japanese recipes. I also used the cooking method that Lisa from her blog Okonomi Kitchen suggests. I will link her down below. Now the secret to the pancake's height is some sort of small spring form or ring form mold. Mine is 10 centimeters or 4 inches wide. I will have some options for different molds and pans you can use down below. In a large mixing bowl, place the wet ingredients: non-dairy milk, vanilla, white wine vinegar, and applesauce. Set that aside for about 5 minutes. Meanwhile, in a small bowl, combine the dry ingredients, which that would be cornstarch, all-purpose flour, bit of black salt, regular salt, and baking powder, and also some sugar. Bring a non-stick pan with some oil or vegan butter to medium heat. Put the ring inside the center of the pan, and now fill it up about 70 to 80% of the way. For my really big pancake, I added the entire batter. Like, this is about 7 pancakes worth of batter in one. Place a lid on top, turn the heat to low, and allow this to cook for 15 to 18 minutes. Once it's golden brown at the bottom and all set at the top, flip it carefully. Then give it another 5 to 10 minutes on the other side. Depending on the size of your ring mold and the type of pan that you use, the type of oven that you have, the cooking times may slightly vary. Making this giant pancake takes a bit of time and patience, but it's so worth it. That would be all for me today. Definitely let me know in the comments if you want to see a part 2. This last part of the video is going to be some cute and calming landscape footage whilst I talk about today's sponsor, Squarespace, a bit. I'm currently on vacation with my family. Bonus points to you if you can guess the place that we're in right now. Squarespace is not only a great place for when it comes to building a beautiful and professional new website, but it's also perfect for growing your business and online brand in general. Check out their wide range of beautiful website templates to get started and change them up to your liking. Or if you prefer, you can also start from scratch with a blank slate sort of page. Afterwards, you could design a matching, eye-catching email newsletter to keep your customers and site visitors up to date. With member areas, you can now also unlock a new revenue stream by selling hidden bonus content, such as video courses, extra podcast material. If you need any help along the way, don't hesitate to ask their 24/7 award-winning customer service. Go to squarespace.com/MinaRome and use code MinaRome to get 10% off your first purchase of a new website or domain. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I really appreciate it and hope to see you again soon. Bye!
The way you walk, that's me. The way you talk, that's me. The way you got your hair up, don't you forget it, that's me. And the voice in the speaker right now, that's me, that's me.